Hello, happy third period 8th grade class. We are going to start doing calendar this week on the videos, just because I felt like it would be easier than having you kind of stress out with those templates while I'm not there and everything. So we're going to give this a try, and just remember that if you don't really like this, we're going to be switching back next week. But let me kind of explain what we're going to be doing. You're going to need paper, a pencil, and a calculator. And you need to really make sure you start bringing all these items every single day because you're in charge of that. Okay, so she should be able to walk around, Miss Edwards, and say, you've got paper, you've got a pencil, and you've got a calculator. That is a really ugly C right there. Okay, and I'm going to give you a slide. And each slide is going to have one or two problems on there. And they'll be in the bottom corner. Will tell you how much time you're going to get. So Miss Edwards might set the timer on the screen. She might set it on that little bitty hand timer I've got in the room. She might set it on her phone. But for this example, you will have exactly 3 minutes to do converting for the month and converting for 9 weeks. Okay? So at this time, Miss Edwards will pause it, and then after 3 minutes goes off, she'll play it again, and I will show you the answers and how to work them out. So go ahead and pause. Now, for your answer on converting for the month of March, we're always doing what day it is over how many days. So 7 over 31. Now, I get this really, really long decimal. It says 0.225806 ... Okay, instead of writing this whole thing out, I'm just going to go 2 spots behind the decimal, which will be right here, and I'm going to look at the number after it. That is a 5, so 5 or more, add 1 more, so it's going to become 0.23 instead, which when you move that once, twice, becomes 23%. Now for your 9-week calculation, it's very similar. It's been 30 out of 45 days. Again, you're going to have to do some rounding because you end up with 0.6 repeated, right? So, I'm not going to move this twice and say that it's 60% because that's not true. I have infinite numbers of 6's going right there. So what I'll do is I'll pretend that it's 0.67 because I can round it that way, which would make it 67%. Scientific notation, you are going to have 3 minutes. Ready, start. Okay, now for scientific notation, you're going to have to look at the operation in the middle. It is multiplication, so that means you're going to take this number times this number. When I type that in my trusty calculator, I get 9.86. Okay, my decimal's in the right place, so that's a good sign. Now, for exponents, I'm sorry, with exponents, when you're multiplying, you just add these together. So 6 plus 8 times 10, 6 plus 8 is 14. So my answer is 9.86 times 10 to the 14th power. Standard / slope form. This is what you learned about in first period today. We're going to try and make it to where it says y equals mx plus b. Okay, so you're going to have about 3 minutes. Go ahead and start. Okay, so what we have here is we've got y's right here, so I have to eventually get rid of 2 and 4x. So first step is going to be minus 4x on both sides. And that'll give me 2y equals negative 4x plus 16. Now to get to get y to be truly by itself, sorry, I got a little tongue twisted there. I'm going to divide by 2. That means I divide everything on that side by 2, and I get y equals negative 4 divided by 2 is negative 2x. 16 divided by 2 is 8. So y equals negative 2x plus 8. That's my answer. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Okay. This one you're only going to have about 2 minutes. Remember, on perfect cubes you have to hit the number 1. So like you'll hit 1, and then you'll hit the button that says second. Then you'll hit the button that has arrow, and then you'll hit 3. So when you type that in, 1, the second button that's gray towards the top of the calculator, you hit the arrow, and then you hit 3. It'll show 1 looking like this. And after you type it in, it should give you the answer of 1. Okay? So go ahead and work out those other ones that I have not given you yet. You have about 2 minutes. Okay, so if you type these in your calculator, it should be pretty quick. 1 times 1 is 1. 2 times 2 is 4. 3 times 3 is 9. 2 to the third power is 2 times 2 times 2, and that is 8. 3 to the third power is 3 times 3 times 3, and that is 27. Okay, and we've been using where we have to hit this all year. Okay, so you need to really, by this point, start getting used to if you have to change your exponent instead of just having a square. Okay, this next slide, you're going to have about 2 more minutes. You do not have to draw this. That's just there for me to visually give you when I give you the answer. But you do have to at least list them first, second, third. Okay, and we are going from least to greatest. You have 2 minutes. Go ahead and start. Okay, least to greatest. Well, if I had to put this on a number line, say I put number 3 right there, negative 4, negative 5, negative 6, negative 7, negative 8, negative 9. Okay, so the 3 numbers we're using are right here. Okay. Every time you go this way on a line graph, when you're going this way, that's the bigger numbers, the better numbers to have. Anytime you go the opposite direction, that's less than, smaller numbers. Okay? So that means that 3 is number 1, negative 6 is number 2, negative 8 is number 3. So that would put it as negative 3, negative 6, negative 8. And as I just answered that, I just realized that I kind of didn't pay attention to my own instructions. Because we're not going from greatest to least, we're going from least to greatest. So should be opposite order. Negative 8 is my least worthy number to have, because it is the most negative. Okay? And hopefully that helps you out a little bit more, having the visual aid of the line graph right there. I believe this is, we have one more. This is our last slide. You have 3 minutes to simplify this right there. You're trying to remember the rules for division, because this fraction bar is division. So 3 minutes, go ahead and start. Okay, now remember, with exponents, when in doubt, expand it out. You have 3x, x, y, y, z, 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 z. We ran out of room right there, didn't we? And underneath it, I'm going to have just x, y, z, 2, 3, 4. So cross out, cross that out, cross, 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 cross. So I still have one of each right there, don't I? So 3, x, y, z. That's because all of them are 1, so I don't have to put 1, 1, 1 like that, because we know that that's automatically 1. And this is not a fraction anymore because we used everything on the bottom. So if you were going to make it a fraction, it'd have to be over 1. But this is your answer right here, 3xyz. Alright. If we have extra time left, make sure you drop everything and read. That's what DEAR stands for. Or you can work on homework if there is any extra time. So like if you've got homework for your writing class, for your science class, whatever, you can use this time to utilize it for the rest of the period. Hope you guys have a good day.